because we treated them.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we came back. We brought our booker in because this is huge breaking news. Oh, I forgot. I just kayfabed your ass. There is no breaking news.
Oh,
Good
come
night,
on.
everybody.
You're not bringing Mysterio.
Good night, everybody. Oh, just kidding. Actually, there is huge breaking news. I'm sorry. I just wanted to pull that off because if Rey Mysterio can do it, why couldn't I? Anyways, moving on. This little promotion has signed a huge former WWE talent. That's right. Our first show, and we signed a huge WWE talent. That's right. Put that and smoke it in your pipe, bitches. The name of this person is Levi Cooper. You guys may know him as formerly known WWE superstar Tucker Knight. Yes, that's right. That Tucker Knight of Heavy Machinery with Otis. Better known as Otis now in the WWE. So, Crippled Messiah, you are the one that signed this, man. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, for those of us have been a follower of the podcast since the beginning, we had Tucker as one of our first guests.
To be honest, he was our very first guest,
which you can find on YouTube, by the way. And we treated him with such respect, and the fact that we're doing our first show as a toy drive, that he has agreed to come
to our show. Yep.
Come to our show. And work for us, which I can't be more excited about that. I mean, you know, to me, Tucker was completely underutilized in the WWE. I think you guys would agree that Heavy Machinery should have been the tag team champions.
Yes.
And that WWE dropped the ball when they split them up because they did nothing with it, even though they had a chance to.
Does WWE ever do anything with anything?
No, but he also has gone on to have a great career since then, teaming up with Midnight Heat, which is Ricky Gibson and Eddie Pearl. He's like the third member of Midnight Heat. This man has a wealth of knowledge, and charisma and entertainment. So this should be a very entertaining and fun experience that I can't wait for the fans and for us to have together.
So any of our wrestling friends listening, any managers, anybody that wants to do a seminar, come on down to the Expo Center in Longview, Washington on November 25th. Levi Cooper will be giving us a seminar and actually doing a personal meet and greet with all of our fans there that night and that day during both of our shows. We will have him for both of our shows doing meet and greets and a seminar either before or after one of the shows. Nathan might actually have him at the Hall of Fame dinner. We're not sure yet. For him to do a meet and greet there as well.
Yep.
Speaking of Hall of Fame dinners, again, we want to thank Los Jalapenos Taqueria for hosting our Hall of Fame dinner and for being a proud sponsor of this podcast. We promised them luchas, so hopefully our booker gets us a lot of luchadors because we promised them luchas as part of this deal.
Mucha lucha.
So I have a question for illustrious booker who's had who's rep 15,000 matches and is a Hall.
Just get on to it, Mr. Paint Drying.
How excited are? It's a good thing I have high self-esteem, or I'd be in trouble by now.
Boring. Boring.
Come on,
How
Nate.
excited are you to have a chance to book or work on with Tucker Knight from a booking standpoint?
I think it's good. I think it's good. Again, it's a different perspective. It's somebody that's been fresh out of WWE. He's maybe a year out, maybe. I saw something on him maybe in 2021 still. So I mean, he hasn't been out too long of WWE. I think it's more better for the company in a whole to say that you haven't even ran a show yet, and now you can go out and you can land you a WWE talent. And I mean, not like America's Got Talent, but we got WWE talent. So, I just had to do America's Got Talent tease. But anyway, no pun intended. But I think it's a good thing. If he wants to come to the Hall of Fame dinner, he's more than welcome to come. I've seen how big he is. I hope Los Jalapenos Taqueria has enough Mexican food for that guy. Because that dude is big. And if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, he's from Hubbard, Oregon.
Yes, sir.
So he's got some Northwest in him anyway. I mean, obviously he's a native to the Northwest, so I think this is a win for a Northwest company. I'm excited to have him on board. I would love to have him. If he's got any questions, get a hold of me. I'd love to help him. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I mean, he's been in WWE, so he's definitely at one time a cream of the crop, and he's still probably, in my opinion, top 50 wrestlers in the world. So, and that's saying coming from me. So, because I don't consider a lot of wrestlers top talent, but this guy is top talent. So, I'm excited to have him. Good job, guys.
Okay, so I want to touch bases a little bit on what we talked about last night, because I don't know if our booker watched the podcast last night. We know that another one of your Northwest legends besides Mark Dykstra had just passed away, and that was Mr. Thunder. I know Nathan had a bunch of interactions with him. I understood you actually gave him his first title run. So Nathan and I and Pat came on yesterday, did a moment of silence for the man. And we also, in honor of you, Mr. T-Rex, offered him, and I mean this, our very final spot in the 2023 Inclusion Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Okay, so can I speak on Mr. Thunder for a minute?
Absolutely.
As I know him, like one of the greatest big men to ever come out of the Northwest. Nate knows. Thunder was a guy that very, very raw talent when he first started. Very raw. Had a lot of like quote stiffness. He was very stiff, but fantastic worker. I've had a few like encounters with Thunder over the years. I've reffed him a couple times even. We lost a true gentle giant. We really did. We lost a true giant, and I hope people out there, if you're going through shit and you need somebody to talk to, that you do, because I really believe that if we had more Thunders in this world and in this business, we'd be a lot better off. Seriously, if you're going through some shit, or if you got something going on, man, get the help you need. Man, I don't even know what to say about Mr. Chris. Chris Jensen was one of the few guys, though, that I would say that legitimately probably never got a fair shake when it came to like size, speed, and everything. He probably should have been in WWE. He probably could have like main evented in WWE for many, many years. It's unfortunate that he's no longer here, and I will say that I am proud for you guys for wanting to put him in to the Hall of Fame. I really think that's a good thing. But let's not celebrity wing that. Let's put him in the actual Inclusion Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. I don't know if he has any family left. I really don't. I don't know. I know that he's worked in the past for people like CC Poison, DOA, PNPW. He's worked numerous times for them. He's one of the founding fathers of DOA. He's one of the founding fathers of PNPW. I'm gonna miss him. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna miss the guy. I believe Chris and me are about the same in years in the business and he had a football background too. So I will say we're gonna miss you, Thunder. The Northwest ain't gonna be the same without you. That Thunder line might make Stan Hansen's lariat seem like a tame little thing. If Thunder's ever hit you with that, you knew it. That's all I'm gonna say. You knew it, and you knew that you weren't getting up. Because if you were getting up, you were tougher than most. Yeah, and Thunder, God bless you, brother.
So again, real quick, let's go over the Hall of Fame lineup. We've got our illustrious booker, Mr. T-Rex. He was our inaugural, very first Hall of Fame inductee into our Hall of Fame. We've got Mr. Lone Star, who, again, without Lone Star giving us this legendary ring, there would be no Inclusion Pro Wrestling. We've got, who else do we have? We've got Thunder. We just put in. We put in Buddy Rose. We've put in Buddy Highway. We've put in Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. We are putting in, again, speaking of Thunder and a legendary person in the Northwest, we're putting in Mr. Mark Dykstra. And of course, our illustrious co-owner who has to stop liking the orange juice, has to stop liking the Orange Cassidy, because unlike Orange Cass or like Roman Reigns, Orange Cassidy is just starting to get blah. Anyways, that's my rant on that. In our celebrity ring, we have Mr. T-Rex's protege, Rex Michelson. We've got, talk about inclusion, ladies and gentlemen. We've also got going into the celebrity ring a rubber chicken, a cat, a suitcase, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the wrestling ring itself. Yes.
only at Inclusion Pro Wrestling would you have all that. But that's why we're so good. I mean, I'm not trying to die, but you just, yeah, folks, like I said, we're different. Yeah, we're definitely different.
You forgot one, Tony.
And who else did I forget?
Bulldog and his wife.
Oh, yes, Bulldog. And then, of course, Bulldog's wife and Lone Star's wife as well.
Kathy and Dana. Kathy.
Yeah. And I believe that includes the 2023 Hall of Fame inductees. That's right.
Yes.
We are the only promotion that is putting in a suitcase, a rubber chicken, and a ring. Oh, and a cat. I forgot. And a cat.
So my question is, when we give the ring the plaque, do we have to lay it in the middle?
No, I think we're gonna let one of our board of directors accept that trophy.
And as far as the cat goes, would he rather want a plaque or catnip?
Catnip. I don't know, probably a plaque, but catnip makes more sense, I would think. But let me tell you, he has to be a Hall of Famer because the other Hall of Famer that was trying to sing the other night to the poor guy, that's the reason why he's in the Hall of Fame, because he had to deal with that shit.
That's true. Nobody should have to deal with that.
And that's right. Rex Michelson, if you're listening, you sing at your Hall of Fame induction, we throw you out the window.
Oh. Wait, we could have Chicken Bob do that because, I mean, he's our lead commentator too. Part of the deal, Nate.
That's right. We gotta talk about our next member of our commentating team, Mr. Manu Threesen. How does it make you feel playing fourth fiddle to a chicken, a suitcase, and a person that is making paint dry?
all I can say is I'll just sit back and relax and watch everything unfold, and I'll step in wherever need be.
And please remember, Mr. Pat, because I respect you, don't make chicken jokes. Chicken Bob does not like chicken jokes.
I could never make chicken jokes.
Well, he better not lay any eggs on commentary.
And that is why Mr. Noss will have his eyes pecked out before the first match is over with.
I got
That
Chicken
would be so
Bob on.
confusing
I got
and
Chicken Bob on
painful,
speed
but
dial.
hilarious because you'd hear a squeak every time you try to peck my eye out.
I got
I
Chicken
have a
Bob
fe-
on speed dial, by the way.
I have a feeling I'm going to be taking over for the Cripple Messiah
So
before the
Yeah,
first match is
But
over.
who answers the phone? KFC?
okay, Chicken
Yeah.
Bob, I do apologize. This is not on the Bookers and the other co-owners' behalf. Our other co-owner has went rogue. I think it's him loving Orange Cassidy so much that he thinks he can just say whatever the hell he wants, whenever the hell he wants, and not get in trouble for saying it.
I mean,
Is that why
who's
he-
Chicken Bob's relative ancestor? Colonel Sanders?
Is that why he's wearing orange on the air? Because he's such an Orange Cassidy mark.
He's the biggest Orange Cassidy mark we know.
We might as well paint him orange and get him a JanSport backpack.
And I went off on the rage yesterday and everything like that. Again, you missed it. I laid into him because I found out Orange Juice somehow beat Wheeler Yuta. Still don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Anyway, back to the task at hand now. Before I have to wind up having to listen to like a Suitcase and Mikey sing. I mean, like we're going down a path here, a slippery slope with that.
Back to the task at hand. We're still looking for sponsors. We may have a couple of big ones still lined up. Hopefully, thanks to a very important person in the state of Florida, may have gotten us a big break today at a sponsorship, but we'll name that later.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Pro Caliber if you're watching. Pro Caliber, if you can hear me. Let's do this.
And Pro Caliber, if you do give us a shout, Mr. Booker and I can make the pot sweeter for you. If just call one of us. Preferably either the man on the bottom of the screen, not in the green shirt, or myself. You don't want to talk to the man in the orange because he might just Orange Cassidy your ass all night and we'll lose the sponsorship. But
Nah, I got faith in him. I got faith in him on that. I got faith in you.
Thank you. And I do want to say one quick thing about Thunder before we go on. In my opinion, I think Thunder revolutionized a lot of wrestling for a big man. If you remember some of the moves he could do, like the man could do a 450, a moonsault, and a dive over the top rope and clear the rope.
And hopefully you had 3 or 4 below to catch him.
You're not lying.
I've actually watched that man in the Milwaukee Elks Lodge do a 450 with a hanging chandelier above his head.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that guy was so athletic for a man that was over 300 pounds, probably more like 350.
Probably
Man.
about 6'6".
Yeah, I think we've got some exciting matches coming on our card. I've heard at least 1 battle royal, maybe 2. Might have a lucha battle royal too. Seems
Well, wait, if we have a lucha battle royal, then Chicken Bob's got to ref that. No one else knows how to speak to them.
So does that mean we're gonna squeak 1, 2, 3?
Well, I mean, he can run around and go, you're out, you're out.
He's a rubber chicken. The last I checked, the rubber chickens don't make chicken sounds. They squeak.
You haven't seen this chicken, have you? I heard he's at Foster Farms waiting for you, Nate. He said you can come by anytime.
You
He-
sure
he-
that's
he
a
won't-
safe place for a chicken,
Well,
rubber
I
or
don't know,
not?
but he's there. He told me. He hanging out at the 76 station across the street.
Wasn't that also known as the Chicken Mart?
At one
I
time,
think-
yes, I think so. But anyways, I hear we have a great card. We've got some Northwest legends and possibly a few surprises coming in. Yes, that's right. I said a few surprises. So there could be more breaking news coming shortly.
Sounds good.
But, for right now, I just wanted to come on there and welcome Tucker Knight to the promotion. Hopefully we can treat him well and it'll be a long-term thing. But if not, we'll take him when we can. This man has a near and dear spot for kids with toys and for Special Olympics. So, but, okay, so that ends this podcast for breaking news. We'll see you guys maybe tomorrow night. If not, we'll see you Saturday morning with Cameron Starr.
Sounds good. Good night.